I'm gonna show you the fundamentals of creating a stiletto sculptured nail. First thing we do is we're going to remove the tab. I'm gonna place it underneath to give a little bit of support. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-pinch the form all the way pointed, just like this. Okay, as you can see the front end, I try to get everything basically set. And then what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to open up the form. Now you can see when I'm holding the form here, I'll open this up, right, to flatten this edge out. But if I pull, you see how flat it gets? Perfect, right? This is going to allow me to get underneath the free edge, and then I could use my hand to lift this up and try to get the form as flush to the free edge as I possibly can. I'm going to secure the sides so that it is secure to the finger and the side walls are going to be dead straight. Okay, now once we have the form on, what we're going to do is we're going to build the free edge first. It is really important for you to sculpt the free edge in a stiletto shape so it makes it easier for you to overlay. We're going to be working with cover Rosebud. So when I'm building the free edge, what I like to do so that I have clay-like consistency, I'm going to submerge my brush, I'm going to pull down, I'm going to bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm going to release the liquid from the back end of the brush. This is going to allow me to set this to the form without it running all over the place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk it from the top. I'm going to get it even with the side, and from the top end of this bead, I'm going to slowly walk this to the corner to get an attachment. Go back over the top, get this again. Walking it from the top is going to get me to attach it to that front end. Now, at this point, what I can do, I can continue to stretch the product by brushing it forward, and notice that I'm trying to stretch this out to a point so that I could use the side of my brush and get this as pointed as I can all the way to the front of the form. Boom, just like this. Okay, now again, by using the side of the brush, I'm going to use this again to mold the shape to a pointed form. Okay, once I have an even structure from side to side, I'm going to begin my overlay. You can see from the side, look at this. This is really important when you're looking at the form. Do you see how straight the growth channel is? All the way from this corner, all the way to the very, very front of the tip. All right, so what we're gonna do, this is really important. Once I have the shape, I'm going to submerge my brush, and we're gonna start from the cuticle area first. I'm gonna submerge my brush, I'm going to lightly tap, I'm gonna pull down, bounce, 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 bounce. 1, 2, 3, around 4. I'm going to set this down with the finger pointed down towards the towel, and I'm going to use a light sliding motion around the perimeter of the nail so that I could get it absolutely tight. As the bead starts moving past the stress area, notice where I pull. From the front of the bead all the way down towards the tip, wipe my brush. As I start pulling through, notice how everything starts blending into the tip. And again, I'm contouring the shape of my brush as I'm working through. Notice from the sides, right, all the way through. If I need to rebalance some of the body, I could use the body of the brush to lightly push back. But again, I'm trying to get a nice overlay without it getting away from me. If I have the right consistency, it's going to be very easy for you to blend it all the way to the front of the tip. Once I have that established, right, all I have to do is fill the front end right here. So I'm going to submerge my brush. I'm going to again get myself a nice healthy bead, and I'm going to set my brush backwards in between where I set the body and the tip that I built, and I'm going to blend back, wipe my brush. Now at this point, all I want to do is walk it over the top. Look at this. And as I start to use the base of the brush and start moving some of the thickness towards the tip, it's going to fill all that negative space all the way to the front end. You could choose to blend back like this. You could choose to use the body to get it even. But again, once it's in place, all you have to do is use the body of the brush, kind of walk it over the top to fill in all that space. And as you can see, we've built out the perfect stiletto shape. We're gonna wait till this dries and file into perfection. All right, the product is dry. We're going to remove the form. Now, this is really important. We have to file the perimeter shape first before we move bulk from the surface and do a refinement. So I'm gonna keep my hand file straight on both sides, okay? I'm gonna try to get the stiletto as straight as we possibly can, right? So again, from the end of the growth channel all the way out, you can see that I've created that really, really sharp ledge. From underneath, I want to line my form at the lowest point, right, and file up into the growth channel. Once I get that dead straight, I'm going to rotate sides. Now, as you can see on the camera, right, I'm filing up until it reaches. I don't start from the corner and bring it up. I start from the lowest point and file until it gets to this point. The easiest way is by turning the hand directly to the side. And then what I could do is I could line it up at that lowest point, keep contact, and continue to file until my hand file reaches the end of the growth channel so that my lower arches are absolutely flawless. Boom. Okay, now looking down the barrel of the nail to make sure that everything is dead straight. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to remove the bulk with our electric file. I'm going to switch out the arbor band to my safety bit. I'm going to run the electric file between 13,000 and 14,000 RPMs. And what I like to do is take a look at the side profile, right? And then I don't really have to do that much work. I'm just really going to file down the barrel so that I get that really nice arch. Right, and then I'm going to look down the barrel, the nail, so that I can get the C-curve even. I'm going to work this from side to side. I don't really have to do too much filing. All I'm trying to do is refine it, right, so that, again, you can see from the front, I'm trying to get that C-curve straight by going this way, right, in this direction. I don't want to go this way, because if I go this way, the bit will slip. Now, getting around the cuticle area, again, I don't have to try to blend it with the bit. All I'm trying to do is refine a little bit of bulk, and then I follow through the balance of the nail. And then now what I can do is use my hand file to get it to absolute perfection, okay? So at this point, I'm gonna run my hand file around the perimeter of the nail to get the cuticle areas flush. I'm gonna follow down my left side to make sure that it's dead even. I'm gonna do my right side. All right, and then last but not least, once I actually have this all refined and perfect, I'm always going to look at the client profile. I wanna look down this platform right here. And then what I could do is I could get my sides even, and then just the tip. I just want to make it, I don't have to make it razor sharp. I just want to round it off so that it's soft enough, it doesn't hurt anybody. I can make a peace sign. I could rest my hand file in between my knuckles, and then I can hold the file on the surface. And then what we can do is we can get the client profile and try to get it, again, as even as we can from side to side. All right. Again, looks really, really good. What we're gonna do is we're going to apply protein bond over the finished surface. That way when you're applying your top coats over, they will not chip away. You'll see what the finished product looks like after it's top coated and oiled.